Hey there team, it's Rachael here from the Workshop Whisperer, where we help auto repair shop owners just like you to achieve business success. Now today we're here to talk about why you might want to consider running a 4-day work week for your business. Not just for you, but your team as well. So if you want to know all the ins and outs and why you should consider it, you're definitely in the right place, and you should stick around right until the end of our live video today so that you can get your hands on a free copy of my book, 4-Day Work Week by Workshop Whisperer, which explains to you in detail each of the models of the 4-day work week and how you can incorporate one or parts of a few of those models into your repair business. So let me know also throughout the course of the video in the comments, just with a thumbs up, if you're finding this content useful, because that helps us greatly when we're deciding on what to bring you in the future. So the problem that we see is that many shops are obviously open anywhere from 5 through to 7 days a week, depending on where you're located and how much pressure you feel under to continue to trade across the weekend, or the type of opportunity that you see by trading into the 6th or 7th day. Now, this can often mean that there's no work harmony for yourself and for your team members. And you might think that, hey, if anyone's going to get time off, it's going to be me first. However, if we approach it from the angle that we want to do the best by our team members as well, because we want them to have a great life, then we can get on board with the idea of this being a whole business thing. So what we are basically talking about here is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to establish some systems and processes that will help you actually become more productive if you do it right. The team will become more efficient, and it will help spread responsibility across the team, because you might choose a model where everybody's got a different day off during the week. That means that more people need to know how to do more things. You might have different people than you thought step up into leadership responsibility, and it helps you identify where there are gaps that you may not have yet systemized. So all of this is tackled in the setup of a 4-day work week. So the opportunity here is for you to give yourself and your team more freedom, more of a harmony between work and life. And this helps with team loyalty and team retention. And of course, the 4-day work week is an amazing recruitment tool. Who wouldn't want 4 days on and 3 days off, as opposed to another business that's just working a standard work week? Now, I know you'll have some concerns about our business is too small or our customers expect us to be here all the time, but just hold your fire with those thoughts because I will address those as we go on. So technology also plays a part in this because there are instances where you and your team can work with from other states or at home for certain things. So there'll be certain members of your team that don't even need to physically be at work, and you would have learnt that through COVID. And we have new opportunities in that area as well to help us move and transition into a 4-day work week more smoothly as well. So I mentioned that there's a few models of the 4-day work week. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. And that's where, if you've kind of tried to implement this yourself, not completely understanding the frameworks, you probably ran into trouble. So I'll briefly give you an overview now of the 5. So the first of those models is to close on a Monday. Now this suits the really small businesses, as does the close on a Friday option. So if it's just you and one other, it's obviously very easy for you both to have the same day off. However, if you've got a team of a few more, up to a team of 50, you may want to choose the third model, which is 2 crews. So your team gets split in half, your workshop team, and some work Monday to Thursday, the others work Tuesday to Friday. Now, if you work across Saturday and Sunday, then you just modify the time of the crew, or you add in a third crew so that that last part of the week is covered. Now, you might automatically think that's extra wages straight away, but you will have fresh people doing those extra days, which potentially means that you've actually got a more focused workforce to get through more work and produce more upsells. So don't always think that this is just going to cost you more money. It's not. In fact, very few of our clients have discovered that this has actually created less profit. In 99% of cases, it's created more profit. And on the instance where it didn't create more, that was for a completely different reason. So we've got close Monday, close Friday, 2 crews, and then we've got a fourth option, which isn't a traditional 4-day work week model, but I include it because it does suit some businesses, and it's called the 9-day fortnight. So you can do that where each team member has a different day of the fortnight off, or you can make it that the whole business has that 10th day closed. So 1 day a fortnight, the entire business closes and everyone has the day off. The 5th model is what we call the hybrid. So you might have a front office team, your service team, and then you might have your workshop team. And you can have service team on a 9-day fortnight and the workshop team are running 2 crews doing a 4-day work week. There's no set in stone concrete rules here. It's your business. You get to trial and modify to come up with the perfect version of a 4-day work week for you and your team. So the first things that we need to do here as we look to transition into a trial of a 4-day work week, and it always must be a trial to start with of a minimum of 3 months, because you need the flexibility to be able to tinker with it as you go along. And you also need the flexibility to be able to say, hey, this didn't work. We're going to go back to the old way. Haven't had a business do that yet. So we need to create standard operating procedures so that others can help when needed. So for example, when you're running the 2 crews model, there's a crossover point for those 2 crews as one leaves for their day off and the other crew comes in. So there needs to be handover of jobs. So you need to have very clear procedures on what constitutes an effective handover. For instance, this ensures that the team is held accountable for their tasks, and you'll also sit down with the team, not to ask them if they want to do a 4-day work week, because that decision is for you and you alone. If you put that decision to the team will choose to continue with what they know, which is your standard 9 to 6 or 9 to 5, 5 or 6 days a week. They don't understand the concept that you're trying to get them on board with. It's your decision as the owner whether or not you do the 4 days, but what you do invite the team to do is join you at the table to make the rules by which the 4-day work week will operate. For instance, what happens if you're doing a day of the week close, or the particular team member's day off, additional day off, coincides with a public holiday? At the Workshop Whisperer, we do the Monday off model, and our team agreed that because they get 52 Mondays off a year, there will be no banking of public holidays. So they're the type of rules that you need to sit down at the table with and come up with the team, because they are far more likely to hold each other accountable if they have a say at the decision-making table there. You also want to have a baseline for productivity, because it's actually productivity that is the key driver for the success of the trial. So productivity should not drop below where it is for you on a normal 5-day work week, or 6 or 7 or whatever it is that you're doing. If it does, then that is cause for you to bring everyone in and say, hey, we've dropped below our baseline productivity. We said that if that happened, that we'd first of all have to look at why. And if we can't be as productive or more productive, then we'll have to revert back to the old way. Now, I guarantee you that once your team has had a taste of a 4-day work week, they're not going to go back to the way it was. And they are more driven to make sure that the numbers are where they need to be. And they will actually keep each other accountable for that as well. So there's lots of benefits to having the team involved in the rule-making process. So in terms of results, what can you expect? We've had dozens and dozens of Workshop Whisperer clients transition to a 4-day work week, as well as helping hundreds of you do it through the course of me having written a book about it and publishing it and getting it out to you. So this has given our owners more time to enjoy with their families. It has given them additional time for thought, for vision, for clarity over what it is they want to do with the business. Both the owners and the team have more freedom in terms of having long weekends every weekend, if that's the model that you've chosen. And, you know, some of the things that we learnt from COVID is that we do want a better balance or harmony with our lifestyle. And this is one way you can get it. Some of the benefits business-wise is that sick leave becomes almost non-existent. And if you do have someone that is still constantly popping up using all of their sick leave every year, it's actually going to clearly identify that that person is perhaps somebody that is just there for their pay packet and isn't one of the A players that we often talk about. So it works because the team is happier overall. There's a better balance between how many days they're at work and how many days they're at play. They feel better and they're happier at work. There's lower team turnover because people don't want to go and work elsewhere and go back to the old way. Recruitment is more successful because it stands out as something more valuable to those people that really value lifestyle over extra dollars. And it means that as a business in general, it's more harmonious together. And when we've got a harmonious business, we're more likely to drive towards achieving the goals. And when you're helping your team achieve their goals, they're obviously happier at work, as I said, but they're more inclined to help you achieve yours. And that's super important. So what I'd love you to do from being on this video with me, being on this live and having heard all of those components of the 4-day work week is think about which model works for you and then do a trial run. So you make the decision that you're going to do it, invite your team to the decision-making table as to the rules around the 4-day work week. Make a plan and then use our little saying, JFDI, even if there's some fear there, okay? Just give it a go. So earlier in the video, I mentioned my book, The 4-Day Workweek by Workshop Whisperer, and I'd love to give you a free copy if you don't already have it. So just jump into the comments here with this video and just write the word freedom, and we will jump in and message you in your chat, and we will deliver that straight to you. So again, just comment freedom and we'll get you a copy of the book. It's free. It explains all of the models. It explains some of the scientific research behind why a 4-day work week is so effective, the bonuses that it has on mental health and well-being of your team members and for you. And I just dearly love you to have it. It's an amazing resource. And the 4-day work week just may be the thing that gives your business a new lease on life. All right. I trust you found that valuable and I look forward to talking to you again soon.